It's 2023, and with Photoshop, generative fill, AI, and the capabilities of what we can do as photographers and artists with our photos, with the software that we have, is unreal. I don't even know if I like it. I think I like it. I like parts of it. Honestly, it blows my mind how far it's come. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this into a bit of a game. I'm gonna show you the final product, the magazine cover, if you will. And then we're gonna start chipping away at the things that I've added and corrected and fixed to this photo. But I'm gonna see if you can identify them. And we'll see how many you got right. How many did you get right? Were you able to spot every single edit, addition, tweak to this photo? If you were, let me know below. Let me know how many you got right or wrong. Be honest, because I want to see how obvious this was or how not obvious it was. Did I do a good job with this edit? Did I do a horrible job with this edit? Or was it something you looked at and just thought, wow, where the heck is that? And you had no idea anything was done. Back in October, we were driving through the highlands of Iceland. Along the way, we passed this tiny little red hut, this kind of A-frame looking hut, which was awesome. I had just woken up, fell asleep, huge party foul when you're in Iceland, just absolute points taken off. I managed to snap a photo of it before we were fully out of view. If you ever snap a photo of something that you really like out the window, just take the time and stop. Stop, pull over, shoot whatever you're looking for properly instead of just trying to get it through the window. And when the driver says, "Do you want me to stop?" and you say, "Nah, it's all good." Rewind, yes. I still haven't beat it. We gotta pull that fuse out. Stop, rewind, go back and shoot that shot. Because trying to fix it in post is way worse than just getting out, having a good time, using your gear, and photographing things. Fast forward a few months, Chris Burkhardt posts a photo of the same hut. And I look at it and I think, oh my gosh, I drove by that exact same thing. His photo looked amazing, obviously. Chris Burkhardt. I go up and pull mine up and think, I should have stopped and gotten out of the vehicle. The door frame is in this. Half the grass is gravel. There's just so many bad things about this photo. You obviously would never post this. I would just delete it. So a few thoughts on generative fill. One, it's very hard to say. Generative, that's what it is. Generative fill. It's like when you say Toronto, and then you end up saying Toronto. It's very good at a lot of things. It's also very bad at a lot of things. See, I tried adding a horse. It was horrible. It was like a plastic looking horse. The light was all wrong. It's too big, too small. And there were a few things like that. I tried a campfire. The fire was always too bright and artificial looking. So there's a few giveaways that make generative fill very obvious. And I feel like those are big setbacks because if you really know that someone used generative fill, the charade's over, the curtain's lifted, you can see how the trick is done, just don't. You may as well not. And this is where you come in, because I wanna see if you can do it better. Now, before we get into that, I'm thanking today's sponsor of the video, Motion Array. And if you liked that little gamified version of this that you just saw, that was all done with Motion Array. This is the website where you have all of the things under the sun. Motion graphic templates, stock footage, photos, music, sound effects, over 1 million assets. So many that I could almost fit them under my hat. And it's membership based. That just means you sign up and you get all of the things. Download whatever you want, use whatever you want, whenever you want. Now, if you don't want to download things, you can install them straight from plugins. So if you're using Premiere, Final Cut, or After Effects, you can download those plugins right into that app and go right from there. So Motion Array is definitely the quickest way to make your videos look high production value, lots of effort put into them without having to actually learn all of those skills yourself. Let's be honest, this whole Gamify thing would have taken me 7 weeks to finish. Might have even taken Kirk 8 weeks to finish because he likes to custom make everything. Now you can try it for free, but you won't get everything, but you will get access to hundreds of assets. Now you can pay for your subscription monthly, or you can pay for it annually. If you use the link in the description below, it'll save you $50 off an annual subscription, so you'll be getting it for $199 instead of $250. So if you are a creator of any kind, even if you are working with a company, for a company, have a company, or you're on your own, you should check out Motion Ray. Use the link below. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video, for sponsoring this channel, and making this video way easier to make. All right, here's the part where I need you. We haven't done a good old photo editing contest and reviewing your photos in a hot minute. I want to do it again. I miss it. I feel like we need it. It's here, it's happening. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a before shot that you took, your photo, but something that might not be the greatest, because I want you to post a before and an after you've doctored it, edited it, used generative fill, used AI, made it the best you possibly can, and post that as a carousel so I can see the before and swipe to the after. Or start with the after and I can swipe to the before. We're gonna be posting all of these on Vero. Now this video isn't sponsored by Vero, it's sponsored by Motion Ray. I just think on Vero, I'll actually see what you're posting. The entire UI with the horizontal posting and as a whole is just better for a photo challenge. Post with hashtag Peter McKinnon challenge. Also, tag me in your photo so I can see it. That way I can compile a handful. We'll bring them onto the channel and we'll see if I can figure out what has been taken away or added or enhanced or made with AI, etc. And we'll see how many I can get right. So sign up for Vero, do not email them to me, and do not post them to me on other platforms. I'm gonna make this video next week, so you don't have lots of time. Do it now, do it today. The longer I wait to make this video, the more I will forget to make it. So I'm gonna make the follow-up next week. So get editing. Which brings me to my other point. Why is there even a point to using it at all? Because there's going to be scores of people and different schools of thought where one are hell no, never use generative fill, and the other being like, hell yeah, dude, that's just a tool that's available to us today. Why can we not meet in the middle? And I think you absolutely can meet in the middle. I don't think there's a right or a wrong. Now, I would never personally edit a photo like this, just post my after result, and never say anything about it being massively manipulated, or if asked about it saying like, no, I didn't edit it, that's how it looked. Obviously if people have been to this spot, that's not how it looked, but I would feel morally wrong doing that. But I understand it's a tool that's used today. If I needed a different sky and I wasn't there at the right time and I wasn't able to capture what I felt in my mind would be great for a project, and I could use the tool like generative fill to make that sky, I'm gonna do it. If someone asks me, I'll tell you. It transcends into a whole new world of photography that I still think it's photography. You still gotta take the photo, but it's a different type. It's in a whole different wheelhouse. I don't think it'll ever replace photographers, just like I don't think humans will ever be fully replaced in all the creative spaces. We need soul and human emotion to create art, photos, paintings, music. That's always gonna be a necessity, an ingredient that's important for crafts around the world. But I think these things just help us make cool stuff and start new conversations and open up the doors to possibilities we never had before. Is it something I'll do on the regular? Probably not. I've gone the complete opposite and shooting film, and that's working for me right now. Not to say that it's gonna work for everybody, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting and definitely interesting. And again, if you can do a better job and take it further than I did, please do it. Post the photos. I wanna see it. I'm calling you out. That is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. How do you guys like my new background? Been working on this for a few months actually. The only downside of this, it looks great. You don't get to see the shell. Oh, I don't have the air pump on. Oh, party foul. You don't get to see the cool shell gas pump fridge that's full of film. That's a whole video in itself, what's in my gas pump film fridge. But it feels good. It's like my little neon shooting corner, a little Pete's bar. Pete's, what do we call it? Should I name it something and get a little sign made? Hit me below. Let me know if I should. Anyways,